Alamin natin ang mga programa at aktibidades ng mga kinatawan sa pamumuno ni Speaker Ferdinand Martin FMR Romualdez, Kamara, House of the People. Tuwing Sabado at replays tuwing Linggo dito lang sa inyong favorite music radio.
Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of a certificate of proclamation issued by the Commission on Elections proclaiming Akbayan Citizens Action Party as winner in the party list elections on May 9, 2022 and to entitle its nominee, Percival V. Sedanya, to sit as its representative in the House of Representatives of the Congress of the Philippines. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the aforementioned certificate of proclamation, I move to allow Percival B. Sedanya, representative of Akbayan Citizens Action Party, to take his oath in open session.
Is there any objection to the motion? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to call the representative of Akbayan Citizens Action Party to take the oath of office before this body. May I request all members of the House of Representatives and all our guests in the galleries to please rise and witness the oath-taking of our new member. Please raise your right hand and recite your oath before me. I state your name.
I, Percival Villar Sendanya
Of
Quezon City,
having been elected as representative of Akbayan Citizens Action Party, Akbayan Party List,
having been elected as representative of Akbayan Citizens Action Party, Akbayan Party List,
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position
the duties of my present position
and all others
and all others
I may hereafter hold
I may hereafter hold
under the Republic of the Philippines.
under the Republic of the Philippines,
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines.
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines,
That I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same,
That I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders,
legal orders,
and decrees
and decrees
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines.
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines,
And that I impose this obligation
and that I impose this obligation
upon myself voluntarily,
upon myself voluntarily,
without mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you very much.
Our dear colleagues, members of the
Session
House
resumed.
of Representatives, our dear colleagues, the Honorable Speaker, Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, will address the body.
Esteemed Deputy Speakers, Honorable Majority Leader, Minority Leader, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we adjourn the session in high spirits. We have demonstrated once again our legislative efficiency with a succession of significant laws. The House of the People, composed of dedicated public servants, has demonstrated their tireless efforts to strengthen the Philippine economy, broaden the range of public service, and reinforce the nation's trust in our governance. Muli nating pinatunayan na ang malaking kapulungan na ito ay institusyon ng aksyon at pagbabago. Sa bawat batas na ipinasa natin, hindi lamang mga salita ang binitawan natin. Ipinakita natin ang konkretong solusyon para sa pangangailangan ng bawat Pilipino. I congratulate you all, not only for your tremendous understanding of the country's development goals and priorities, but most importantly, for translating these goals and priorities to deliver tangible and beneficial changes to our constituents. We matched our words with actions, and we shall persist in our endeavors to attain significant progress. I am proud to emphasize the impressive performance of the House of Representatives to safeguard our nation's interests. You have consistently displayed enthusiasm, fairness, and thorough scrutiny of the budget, which led to the prompt approval of the 2025 General Appropriations Bill on third and final reading. Nagawa natin ang trabaho para busisin ang 2025 national budget. Natapos natin ito sa takdang oras. Kahit abutin ng umaga, hindi tayo tumigil para masiguro ang nagawa natin ang ating tungkulin. With the eventual approval of the nation's 2025 budget not far behind, the national government is more than ready to finance and implement its future initiatives and flagship projects. We remain true to our objective to pursue an agenda for prosperity and enable every Filipino to directly experience and equitably share in the gains brought by our collective and solid efforts. Since the opening of the 19th Congress, we had persistently advanced and maintained the energy to prove our commitment towards empowering our citizens. Our utmost priority has always been the formulation of vital pieces of legislation aimed at poverty alleviation, agricultural productivity, food security, income growth, human capital development, and increased employment opportunities. Out of the 64 total number of priority measures outlined in the Common Legislative Agenda for the 19th Congress, 60 have been approved and only 4 remain under deliberation with their respective committees. To break down these numbers 20 have been signed into laws, including the latest Magna Carta of Filipino seafarers. 4 are for the President's consideration, well actually for his signature tomorrow, namely the Anti-Agriculture Economic Sabotage Act, the Value-Added Tax on Digital Transactions, Academic Recovery and Accessible Learning, the ARAL Program Act, and Philippines Self-Reliant Defense Posture Program Act. 5 have been ratified by the Bicameral Conference Committee, namely the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, the Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act, Create More, Enterprise-Based Education, and the Training Program Act, and the Agricultural Clarification Act, and 1 is now pending with the Bicameral Conference Committee, namely the Blue Economy Act, and 30 have been approved on third reading. As for the 28 LEDAC priority measures for passage, by the end of the 19th Congress, I reported to His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. this morning in the LEDAC's full council meeting that your House of the People have approved 26 out of the 28 priority measures targeted for approval by the end of the third regular session. And we will aim for a 100% completion by end of December 2024 or 6 months ahead of its intended target. Sa madaling salita, natapos natin ang lahat ng trabaho na napakasunduan kasama ng palasyo ang Senado bago matapos ang taon kasalukuyan. Dahil sa ipinakita ninyong kasipagan at dedikasyon sa trabaho, ipinaabot ko po ang taos-pusong pasalamat sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat. From the 28 LEDAC priority measures, only 2 remain pending with the committee. 3 have been enacted into laws, 4 have been transmitted to the Office of the President for signature, 5 bicameral conference committee reports have been ratified, and the rest have been approved on third reading. Once again, these priority measures would be the backbone of the Bagong Pilipinas brand, of the governance in line with the realization of the Philippine Development Plan 2023-2028 and the fulfillment of the 8-point socio-economic agenda under the medium fiscal framework of this administration. During the first quarter of the third regular session, the House also ushered in the passage of 3 important legislative measures. The most recently signed by the President is Republic Act RA number 12021, or the Magna Carta for Filipino seafarers, which recognizes and prescribes the rights and duties of local and overseas Filipino seafarers, promotes their full employment, and ensures equal opportunities in the maritime industry. Congratulations. Next is RA 12019, or the Loss and Damage Fund Board Act, which vests the Loss and Damage Fund Board the juridical personality to enter into contracts and provides a significant advancement in the prolonged and contentious discourse over financing for loss or damage resulting from climate change. Finally, Republic Act 12018, or the Act creating 3 additional Sharia judicial districts and 12 Sharia circuit courts therein. In addition, the House of Representatives was instrumental in the passage of 8 laws of local application, mainly on establishing educational facilities and engineering offices in various legislative districts all over the country. In total, 88 Republic Acts were enacted, 35 of which are of national laws and 53 are local laws. 764 measures approved on third reading are pending action by the Senate, and 291 resolutions were adopted since the opening of the 19th Congress in July 2022. Aside from a number of bills currently pending with the Bicameral Conference Committee, several House bills of national significance that were approved by the House on third reading during the first quarter of the third regular session have been transmitted to the Senate and are currently in the process of discussion. These include measures on Philippine disaster risk reduction and management system, the operation of motorcycles for hire, the protection of geographical indications for agriculture or natural products, processed products, wines, spirits, or any products of handicraft industry, institutionalization of the career progression system for public school teachers, prohibiting and penalizing the unauthorized practice of law, providing for cheaper and more accessible internet for all, and providing for the modernization of the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, among others. This chamber also continued heeding the call of our people in the countryside and made remarkable strides in addressing their immediate concerns. We approved on third reading several local bills aimed at establishing state colleges, national high schools, and technical education and skills development training centers in the country, increasing the bed capacity of city and district hospitals, granting legislative franchises to electric cooperatives, declaring certain areas as ecotourism sites, and establishing extension offices of the Land Transportation Office. Apart from fulfilling our fundamental role as lawmakers, our legislative investigations and oversight function was also on full display. Hindi lamang tayo gumawa ng batas para sa bayan. Naging pantay din tayo ng taumbayan para sa kanilang kapakanan. Tuloy-tuloy ang ating ginagawang investigasyon para direktang tugunan ang mga suliranin sa araw-araw na buhay ng mga kapwa nating Pilipino. The Committees on Dangerous Drugs, Public Order and Safety, Human Rights, and Public Accounts continue to conduct a comprehensive joint inquiry into several intertwining public issues such as illegal Philippine offshore gambling operators, POGOs, dangerous drugs, extrajudicial killings, EJKs, human trafficking, and human rights violations. The congressional-wide inquiry, now known by our people as the Quadcom, aims to uncover the truth and identify the perpetrators of those illicit activities, obtain justice for the victims and their respective families, and most importantly, to ferret out the deficiencies and flaws in our existing laws and legislate the appropriate remedies. This investigation is a crucial step toward the creation of a blueprint for the formulation of legislative solutions to uphold the rule of law. Criminals have no place in our society, and we are leaving no stone unturned to preserve the peace and security in our country. Inuulit ko, walang puwang ang mga kriminal sa ating lipunan. Hindi natin papayagan na maghari ang mga Panginoon at alagad ng kadiliman at kasamaan sa ating bansa. Esteemed colleagues, our legislative initiatives have brought encouraging results. As reported by the National Economic Development Authority, and I quote, "Our gross domestic product growth has accelerated to 6.3% in the second quarter, faster than the adjusted 5.8% growth rate recorded in the first quarter of 2024. This significant development brings our real GDP growth to 6% for the first half of the year, keeping us on track to achieve our target growth of 6 to 7% for 2024. We are on our way as one of Asia's best-performing major emerging economies. Among East Asia's economies that have disclosed their second quarter 2024 GDP, we rank just below Vietnam at 6.9%, while leading Malaysia at 5.8%, Indonesia at 5.1%, and China at 4.7%. Also, the country's unemployment rate declined as an offshoot of the bullish growth performance. According to the same NEDA statement, the Philippine Statistics Authority reported that the unemployment rate again reached 3.1% in June 2024, tying our record low in almost 2 decades as the total number of employed persons exceeded 50 million. We have also been observing a downward trend in underemployment, indicating the availability of better quality jobs for our people. During a recent visit to 3 leading public markets in Metro Manila, we personally witnessed that the price of rice has declined to as low as 42 pesos per kilo. This is mainly due to the effective measures implemented by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to lower the prices of rice, establish food supply, and shelter consumers from price fluctuations. One such measure is Executive Order Number 62, signed by President Marcos last June 2024, which led to the reduction of the tariff on imported rice from 35% to 15%. With the impending approval of the amendments to the Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage Act, that is for tomorrow, we expect better and more stringent policies to further reduce the prices of our agricultural products. Ladies and gentlemen, we have justifiable reasons to pride ourselves on. Our table of legislative actions is filled with lofty and overlapping accomplishments. However, it is required of us to maintain all these positive gains, if not surpass them. We must invest more in building infrastructure, promote human and social development, restore our ecosystems, protect the environment, adapt new technologies and innovations, and achieve sustainable development. We could only claim genuine victory over our nation's challenges when every Filipino benefits the outcome of our legislative performance and the impact resonates in their lives. Mahigpit ang paala sa ating mahal na Pangulo, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., aanihin natin ang magandang numero sa ekonomiya kung gutom pa ang mga Pilipino. Aanihin lang ang panlad kung hindi naman pakikinabangan ng ordinaryong mamamayan. On this note, I implore all of you to further highlight your comprehensive understanding of issues at hand and collaborate with compassion, integrity, and a strong commitment to advance the ideals and aspirations of the Filipino people. Allow me to acknowledge the immense contribution of the members of the minority bloc. Their inputs always proved essential for analyzing and addressing the matters deliberated in multiple legislative fora. The protracted discussions brought on by their stance prior to the approval of any piece of legislation were necessary to achieve a balanced and comprehensive evaluation of all issues involved. Let me extend my sincerest gratitude and great appreciation to everyone in this august chamber, including the Secretariat and the secretarial staff, for a job well done. Together, let us continue riding this wave of hard work and rest with the satisfaction that no matter what, we will always succeed. Damo nga salamat, hayo nga tanan, mabuhay ang sabay ng Pilipinas. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adjourn session until November 4, 2024, Monday, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is there any objection to the motion? The chair hears none. Motion is approved. Session is adjourned until November 4, 2024, Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Today, indeed, is an extraordinary occasion made even more significant by the presence of none other than our guest of honor and speaker, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., and the First Lady, Lisa Araneta Marcos. Together, President Marcos and First Lady Lisa embody the ideals of leadership with integrity, compassion, and a steadfast belief in the power of the law to effect meaningful change in the lives of our countrymen. I am confident that under their leadership, we will continue to strengthen our democracy, empower our people, and ensure that the rights enshrined in our Constitution remain secure for generations to come.
More than 6 decades ago, the Philippine Constitution Association, or PhilConsa, was founded with a mission to defend, preserve, and protect the Constitution, the fundamental law of our land. In the past 63 years, the PhilConsa has remained the steadfast, vigilant, and uncompromising guardian of our democracy and of our nation. Despite global uncertainties and geopolitical tensions, the Philippines has remained a bastion of resilience, peace, and stability. Congress is also working on the passage of several pieces of legislation, including the Maritime Zones Bill, and this clarifies the geographical extent of our maritime domain, and the Archipelagic Sea Lanes, or ASL Bill, that seeks to establish ASLs in our archipelagic waters and in the adjacent territorial sea. With the three branches of the government, upholding the principle of separation of powers is the key to guarantee that our system of checks and balances remains strong and stable. It prevents abuse of power, promotes citizens' rights, and ensures accountability amongst the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Once again, congratulations to the PhilConsa for its 63 years of dedicated service. May we all live up to the ideals that you have so fiercely protected. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
History po, 35,000 po na Kabitenyo makakatanggap ng tulong dahil po sa programang ito. Kaya palakpakan po natin ang ating mahal na speaker, na si Speaker Martin Romualdez, at siyempre ang ating mahal na presidente na ama ng bagong Pilipinas na si President Bongbong Marcos.
Ito ay napakagandang program na CIBOL, yung sinasabing Startup Incentives Business Opportunity Livelihood Program. Ito po ang isang bahagi ng Bagong Pilipinas Serbisyo Fair. Ito po ang programa ng ating mahal na Presidente, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Napakahalaga itong programa na to kasi itong programa ay para sa micro, small, medium enterprises. Kayo po, yung mga negosyante. Kaya po, lahat kayo na 5,000, 5,000 benepisyaryo ngayon, sana gamitin mo sa wasto at tamang pagbuunan sa inyong mga negosyo. Kaya ang ekonomiya natin ay talagang nag-aasa po sa iyo. Kaya hindi lang yung 5,000 na iuwi nyo, may 5 kilo pa mabigas. Sa ngayong araw na to, sa Bagong Pilipinas Serbisyo Fair, hanggang bukas, higit 100,000 benepisyaro ay makakatanggap ng 1 bilyon na piso na halaga na programa at cash payouts. Bahagi kami ng Bagong Pilipinas. Itong 19th Congress natin, kami po ay yung bagong Kongreso ng Pilipinas. Handang-handa kami maglingkod, magserbisyo, at makinig sa mga hinain ninyo dito sa Cavite. Sa araw na ito, sama-sama tayong nagpapasalamat ang nagbibigay ng pugay sa inyong dedikasyon at malasakit. Pagsaludo rin po sa inyo sa hindi matatawarang sakripisyo para sa kinabukasan ng ating kabataan, ng ating inang bayan. Sa pumuno ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., patuloy nating isinusulong ang pagpahalaga sa edukasyon bilang pundasyon ng isang bagong Pilipinas.
We are committed to ensuring that you have ample resources to teach, whether by additional materials, reducing non-teaching or reducing non-teaching responsibilities. So in line with that commitment, we have implemented several measures that will transform the lives of our 860,000 public school teachers. This year, I signed implementing rules and regulations for Executive Order number 174 to bring more opportunities for your career advancement and professional development. No public school teacher will be retiring as Teacher 1 anymore. To our teachers, keep shaping our students who will not only face the uncertainties of today, but will also embrace the opportunities of tomorrow. Our future rests in your hands. This administration trusts that you will help us build the bagong Pilipinas that we all aspire to achieve. once again, Happy Teacher's Day. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay kayong lahat ng mga guro, mga ma'am, mga sir. Happy Teacher's Day. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Alamin natin ang mga programa at aktibidades ng mga kinatawan sa pamumuno ni Speaker Ferdinand Martin FMR Romualdez, Kamara, House of the People. Tuwing Sabado at Weekdays, tuwing Linggo, dito lang sa inyong favorite music radio.